Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? Oh my God, y'all! These last few weeks have been busy as shit. After clearing up enough time to be able to actually keep doing these things, and also having family and friends in town, finally, you know what I'm saying? They actually just left not too long ago, so I can get back to doing what I'm doing. So I can actually put up videos on my anime channel now and stuff. So there can no longer be a drought over there. So I'm about to start putting in work on that here pretty soon. But anyways, guys, we're on the gaming side of things right now. So I want to talk about a few things that I've been kind of hearing with this whole Gamescom stuff and everything. So let's go ahead and get into this, yo. Let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so Microsoft had their thing, and honestly, I haven't even seen their conference yet. And I haven't even seen the Sony one yet, but I heard the Sony conference was like fucking dull as hell. Or it was boring as shit. And honestly, that's not really surprising to me. But what Sony doesn't do with good in presentation is, with how they present their shit, they make up with having some solid announcements or whatever. But basically, I'm gonna watch both of their conferences soon enough. But basically, the PlayStation 4 is going to be releasing on November 15th, so that's cool. That's what's up. Um, and PlayStation 4 is also getting Twitch. Now, this was one of the things at E3 that I heard a lot of people were like, "Oh man," what I'm saying, well, particularly the people that were getting the PlayStation over the Xbox, they would say like, I'll say, oh, okay, we got Ustream, but Twitch is better for like gamers and gaming in general. And it was cool to see Xbox get it, but PlayStation wasn't having it. But I was like, I'm pretty sure Twitch will eventually come. Saying it just depends on the demand, because if people want something, if there's a enough demand for something, it'll get it eventually. And they went ahead and announced that Twitch will be on the PS4. So now the PS4, from my understanding, it's going to have Ustream and Twitch, and also you'll be able to use those even without having PlayStation Plus. So like you can still get online and use them, but like let's say you were wanted to stream some like online rank matches on PlayStation 4, then yeah, you would need PlayStation Plus because you need that to play online in those multiplayer modes. But if you were just doing like a single player, I don't think you need it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you would need Plus, and I think that's pretty damn cool. Meanwhile, with Xbox Live, in order to do anything online, you need gold. So hopefully they change that, but that's kind of how it is right now. Um, Gran Turismo 6 is coming out on December 6th, so that's cool for those people that still got their PS3s. And I like that about PlayStation, that they keep going with their previous consoles. They don't just let it kind of wean off. They also I heard they also showed some more like Beyond Two Souls, and that's amazing. Also, I'm definitely copying that game for my PS3. Um, Also, like another highlight that I heard is that they have like this little Big Planet free to play. That's pretty cool from what it sounds like. That you can just have your PlayStation and there's like this little Big Planet hub or whatever, and you can kind of play the game and play like online stuff and everything. But there's certain things that you will have to pay for, and that's fine. I mean, that's great. That's another free to play aspect that the PlayStation is going to have for one of their signature series, and that's dope. Um, Now, this is one of the main things that I do want to see the conference for. Is I know they showed some stuff about the PS Vita remote play, and I want to see exactly how it goes about working, because I hope, from my understanding, is that it's going to work throughout everything. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what game you're playing, you can use it. Because I have a Vita, and I hope that no matter what game I play, I can play remote play with the Vita as well. because that'll be awesome without a doubt. Because there's tons of times when I'll be playing something, whether it be like a RPG or action game, it could be anything, and I want to necessarily like play it, and I want to watch like the football game, or I want to watch the basketball game or something. So it will be sick if I can just have it on my handheld, in my lap or whatever, and on my TV I'll have the basketball game on and everything, be watching, you know, watching the ball game. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope. That's a concept that I thought was sick with the Wii and the Wii U, and I think that's still dope. You know, regardless what anybody says, I think that idea is just nasty. And I love the fact that this PS4 is finally going to be able to really be doing that. But like I said, I want to see it in the conference to see exactly how it exactly works and how it's being done. Because if it is going to be that way, and you can do it with pretty much any game, which I hope they kind of enforce that on the developers to kind of make that so, then I'm set. You know what I'm saying? I would fucking love that. But also, they said there's going to be a price drop for the Vita. It's going to be 199, and a price drop for the memory cards. Thank God, because honestly, I'm kind of done with buying physical copies. I know some of y'all might be like, "Damn, well, you know." Because y'all know me, I used to do the level up thing and get the physical copies, and and the reason why is because I do game sharing with my brother, and he's an active gamer. And if you have someone like that that you personally know, whether it's a relative or whatever, and you can do that with, you'll see the great benefit of it immediately. Because like he buys games and I'm buying games, and it's like it works perfectly. Like he bought Dragon's Crown. I have Dragon's Crown now. You know what I'm saying? So me and him are playing Dragon's Crown. We both have PlayStation Plus, so it's like, we're just sharing all of our stuff, and it's not like both of us have to buy the same games. I'd rather have that benefit of being able to save money and also being able to basically gift him games whenever I want without, other than just buying the game just to have a case. And I understand certain people want to be collectors and all that stuff. And even at a time, I enjoyed being a collector. But then after getting into this whole, being an active game share and doing this thing, like, I don't care about it anymore. I really don't care about having the physical copy because at the end of the day, regardless of what anybody says, it's all about the game. You can love having the box art. You can love putting it on a little mantle. You can love putting it on like a little showcase thing, or putting it in a drawer, or seeing all the little boxes line up and all this shit. Fuck that. It's all about the disc and what's on the fucking disc. It's all about the game, the experience of you playing the game. That's what it's all about. And, that's what you kind of come to terms with eventually. Uh, it just is what it is. Um, but yeah, the memory cards, that's awesome. You know. Okay, and then they said Borderlands 2 is coming to the Vita. Now, if they're actually going to do that, that is fucking sick. Now, I'm not saying that I will get it for the Vita. I already have it for the PlayStation 3. Um, I'm not sure. Like, I probably wouldn't get it unless there was some other people for the Vita that were getting it or something. But at the same time, that's awesome. Borderlands 2 on the Vita would be amazing. I think a lot of people would end up probably getting a Vita because of that. I'm not trying to say that it's a fucking system seller and shit like that. But I think just the idea of like a few friends being like, you know what, man, let's get Borderlands for the Vita. You know, they would. That's something definitely people would do if they know they can play a multiplayer games with their friends on their Vita. And then I know they said that they're having a Minecraft for the PS4 also. So that's another thing that I'm like, okay, that's what Xbox had, and now PlayStation has it as well. And the thing is, at the end of the day, you see that both of these systems are basically like they're identical. They're basically hand in hand. It's just choosing. It's just picking your poison. It's like, okay, do you want the PS4? Or do you want the Xbox? you know. And with the Xbox, I'm not sure if this is true, but I'm hearing that the controllers are like $60. And I hope not. I hope not. I hope that's not the case for the PlayStation 4 also. Because there is no way in hell that a controller should equal out to the price of a fucking video game. Okay? That should never be the case. I mean, controllers were already fucking $50. It should not be 60. I'm gonna be like, get the hell out of here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That'll be damn ridiculous. But honestly, I haven't heard too much about the Microsoft conference. I'm probably gonna come up here separately to talk about that and then kind of compare them. But just by looking off of like what I know already about the Xbox One and the PS4, they're very similar except for few things such as Xbox One having gold and how you have to pay that have that paywall there, and you pay that so that you can access and utilize all the online features. Whereas with PlayStation, it you do have to pay to play online, but they have things outside of that paywall that you can still use with your internet connection without paying that fee. And I think that's one thing that's really positive. That's really good. Such as they're free to play games and stuff, so you don't need to worry about paying plus in order to play those. And so that's definitely pretty cool. Um, Now it seems that I've heard that a few things with Microsoft is that they're actually taking some of their games that were supposed to be for the 360 and making them exclusive for Xbox One. Um, and they're kind of hurting the 360 with that because they're kind of killing off the longevity with that, and I don't understand why they're doing that. But I mean, this is something I've heard. I'm not too sure about that, but it's a shame, man. It's a shame because when the Xbox 360 first came out, I loved it. I thought it was great. As time went on, I started getting more dissatisfied with it and loved the PlayStation even more as time went on, especially since the Xbox came out like a year ahead. And this time around they're coming out around the same time, so they're both kind of like on even playing field here. But we're really gonna see what's gonna happen here, guys, because this is gonna be really interesting to see how this plays out. Because I want to see how Microsoft is gonna adapt to their competitor Sony in the brand when they're actually releasing at the same time, and I want to see how people are going to take in exactly what's going on. I actually heard that in the Sony conference that they showed the user interface as well. I want to definitely check out that. So, but by the time I do, so what I'm gonna do is, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. But I'm gonna check out both of these conferences, and I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna make a Microsoft video, and then I'm gonna come up with a video about basically comparing them both, letting y'all know kind of what I think of them, as far as like the user interface and all that stuff, so that I can actually see it. But right now, I'm just going over things that I know that they showed as far as like what I've heard from highlights and stuff, and just giving kind of like my speculation on them. So yeah, let's get into this, but that'll be probably tomorrow, the next day, because I got to get grinding on my main channel, my anime channel, Anime Central. So I'll let y'all later. Thanks for watching. Like always, I'm out of here. Deuces. Cheers.